Hi, Karen here. And finally, I'm wrapping up the Ration Challenge and giving you a few of my final thoughts on this. I tried doing it about a week ago. I was in London for a couple of days and I had brought all my equipment with me and I was going to my hotel room to record, and then I saw the cover of the Evening Standard on my way to my hotel with the father and the daughter at the Rio Grande River. And I was just not in the right frame of mind to make comments that night. So then I was going to do it on the weekend, so that's fine. And then there was an article in the newspaper about that detention center I told you about, Homensworth, where refugees are detained for such long periods of time. And I wasn't in the right frame of mind to do it then. But I am in the right frame of mind to do it today. I actually got a lovely phone call from one of the Ration Challenge people. I am really sorry that I forgot her name, but she had a lovely Northern Ireland accent, I guess like Belfast sort of accent. And she was just finding out how I was doing and if I had any final thoughts. And I said, well, by coincidence, I am going to be recording my final thoughts in my final video, which is this one. The Ration Challenge people actually sent an email that I have here with a few questions that I thought this would be a good way to give you my final thoughts on things. The first question, how do you feel? Well, I feel great. I am 5 pounds lighter, but I feel positive. I feel energized. I feel that we can fight another day. And I think that people can make a difference. On the other hand, it's also overwhelming because you think, I'm only one person. How can I possibly do something? But that is how change is affected, isn't it? Just one person at a time. Second question, do you feel you have more understanding of how hard it must be to survive every day on refugee rations? Oh my gosh, I sure do. The portions are very small. The food is quite boring if you don't have any spices or anything to add to it. It's repetitive. I actually haven't had rice since then. I have always loved my vegetables and my fruit. I know that a lot of refugees just do not have access to. So yes, I have a greater understanding, for sure. Do you feel differently about food compared to when you started? Yes. I've always been mindful that people don't eat as well as I do. But I think that until you deprive yourself or even do something to put yourselves in the shoes of someone else, you really don't know until you've walked in someone else's shoes. Even though it was only a week, definitely this has impacted me. And I'm going to try to encourage people next year to take it on. It does change your perspective about food. About halfway through the challenge, when we were feeling very hungry, my husband and I said, oh, let's plan what we're going to eat our first day off the challenge. And we both decided we're going to have a champagne breakfast to celebrate. As we came closer to the end, there was no way that we were going to have a champagne breakfast. There's just absolutely no way. My husband and I did have a nice healthy breakfast with no champagne or kava or anything else like that, but a really good dose of reflection. And we spent breakfast time talking about the week and reflecting upon it, which was a really good thing to do, actually. Do you feel you have even more empathy with refugees living in camps? Absolutely. The Ration Challenge people put several videos on their webpage showing refugees living day to day. You can't help but feel how difficult it must be for people, because food is the very essence of who we are. It gives us energy to live, to work, to play. We share food in times of celebration and enjoyment. It isn't just to sustain us, it's actually a time that we are brought together. Family time around meals is extremely important. I am so glad that I did this. I'm not congratulating myself because it's only 7 days, but I am very glad that I did this because I know that I told lots of people about this that were never aware of it before. I came across it quite by accident. I'm hoping that next year some people will join me. Thank you, Ration Challenge people, for doing the real hard work behind the scenes as well. I wouldn't have had this experience if it wasn't for you. And I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hopefully next year I can do it again and hopefully raise a bit more money. That's the goal. Now I do want to end this on a positive note. We may not be able to help directly to the people in the camps, but we can help the refugees that live in our community right now, today. Here are some ideas, and some of them don't even cost a single penny. You have got all kinds of things in your house that are just sitting there collecting dust that somebody could find really, really useful and could make a real difference in their life. Find a refugee charity in your neighborhood. For sure you have one. I found mine on Facebook and through a couple of mutual friends. But do your research, make sure they are legitimate, obviously. But the charity that I was involved in Swansea, they would regularly post things that the community needed, specifically at that time. We need a twin bed, we need an iron, we need children's football cleats size 4, like little things like that that can make such a difference in a family's life. Do you have a car? Do you have a van? Do you have a truck? Very, very often people need to have lifts to places for hospital appointments or to drop things off. One of the nicest things I ever got the privilege of doing was going to a hospital on Boxing Day to pick up a baby that had been born on Christmas Day. How amazing is that? So I got to bring home the little family. I brought the siblings to meet the baby for the first time, and then I got to bring the family home. That's a privilege. That was really special. Very often they don't like to ask. I know my friend Gulner, that was sort of the community lead in all of these, I had to ask her, can I take things for you? Because they're very reluctant to ask. So offer. Giving cash directly to people can be a bit of a sticky issue. Maybe coupons for things like bowling or McDonald's or something special that the family could go to that clearly they would never be able to go to other than that. And number 5, maybe the most important one of all, be kind. Refugees are people just like you and me. It's just that you and I were the lucky ones because we happened to be born in the country that we were born in. That's all that separates us. Just luck.